spectacular.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I feel like I'm being transported somewhere.
Living the American dream gets awfully specific when you move to California. Being next to the beach and enjoying this beautiful weather is what we all move here for. Well, today I'm in Pacific Beach with top producing realtor Steve Springer. He's bringing me to one of the staples here in the area. I can't wait to show you guys what Bubs is all about.
Bubs at the beach. Been here over 20 years. Great sports bar, great food, just a great spot to come and hang out, block from the beach.
I love it. And Todd, you're actually the owner of Bubs here.
Believe it or not, yes, I am the owner, yeah.
I love it.
No, it's been a great journey down here. I mean, I've been part of Pacific Beach for 30 years, ever since I moved out here in '91, and we celebrated our 20-year anniversary, like you said. It was a pretty big milestone in our industry to get to 20. I thought I'd be better looking by the time I got here, but it didn't work out that way. But we're excited to be part of the Pacific Beach community and the whole deal, and it's just been a great journey, you know.
Mm-hmm. Tell me how Bubs even got started.
Bubs got started because my girlfriend dumped me and I quit my job, and this place became available. I got really lucky. It was, back then, it was a third of the size it is now, and the guy put an ad in the paper, David Saska. This was the old barbecue pit for 40 years in PB. It was a staple, and we could always tell the barbecue pit customers because they would come in the back door, because that's how they came in back in the day. And I got lucky. He put an ad in the paper, and I showed up to inquire about the business, and he said, "You missed the deal by one day." And he asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him my concept, and he said, "Well, keep an eye on the place." And then the guys did the build out and the whole thing, and I came in and looked at it, and I went, you know, I got a chance. And the guys never even made it out of escrow. They lasted 30 days and shut down, and next thing you know, I had a restaurant. So it was pretty exciting. This was my first place.
Awesome.
And I know that Bubs is really involved in the community here. You guys are giving back to local charities all the time, like the golf tournament that you just did.
Yeah, so they contributed to our golf tournament a number of times over the years, and we just completed our 18th annual Don Brown Links for Learning tournament. We donate to the 4 PB elementary schools. This year our total donation was just under $15,000.
Holy
so
cow.
It was very successful and very important to contribute to the local schools.
And PB is such a tight-knit community. I feel like all the bars and restaurants, they team up for great events like this.
No, definitely. I mean, we get lots of participation from bars, restaurants, businesses, parents of the schools, and there's just a great community involvement for those type of causes. Also just in the improvement of PB as a district, as a business area, as an area that people want to live. All these owners coordinate together, which is really great.
That's amazing. Okay, so when I walked in here, I did feel like the family vibe. I know that this table that we're sitting at, you actually handmade.
Yeah, well, I've been doing that for a long time. We just always wanted to do, and that you kind of see that throughout our concept, is just originality. Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, you go, yep, I saw that at Bubs, you know what I mean? And that was kind of the deal, is like, rather than going out and buying tables, we just wanted to do something that was kind of indicative of our overall effort here. Like, I mean, you can look back a couple of the tables that'll show the restaurant, like the first 2 years we were open, and give you an idea where we came from. So it's just unique, you know?
It's such a personal touch in here. And these are actually, you said they're beer cans that are smashed into the table.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Steelers happening on this table.
Yeah, you may not have known it, but you're dead center in a Steelers bar in San Diego.
Goodness.
Yes, it's not good. It's really interesting. We were so bummed to see the Chargers leave for selfish reasons, mostly because we're not an NFL-affiliated city anymore, but we are the official Steelers bar in San Diego, and we work with their organization. They really do a good job of cultivating the fan base, and we've been the Steelers bar for 20 years. It gets a little froggy in here on Sundays with all the Pittsburgh people, but we have a lot of fun. I mean, every TV is on the Steelers game, so So Steve would not get mixed up to come in here for a Bears game, that's for sure.
Now, on my way to watch my Bears, though, I have seen lines here at 7 a.m. of Steelers fans lining up. So I know that
we take it a little too seriously. Yeah.
Well, and I know that you order lunch from here all the time for your office.
Well, it's great because it's so close, centrally located in PB. Also great to get delivered. So if you don't have time to come hang out here, you get one of the local food delivery services to bring you an order of great sandwiches, great wings here, really good. So lots of good stuff. They have really light options too, salmon with quinoa, all these different things that are wide variety, but all really good.
Steve, I wish I could get you to work here, man. You're a great spokesman. That's awesome. It's funny because our menu has evolved over time. We might not have had the healthiest of offerings back in the day, but we really have changed our menu and evolved to have a lot more healthy options for the ladies and people who just are trying to get healthy lunch and do the deal. So back in the day when we got started, we were just a beer and wine, and we didn't have full liquor, and we had to close early, and we had all these restrictions on us, and essentially the only opportunity that I really had to make it was to have good food. Like, that was the only way I was going to survive, because a lot of the other competitors that we were up against had advantages that we didn't have. And so, that's why we made such a focus on food, and that's the sustainability. Like, that's where you get the business Sunday through Thursday, not just the weekend stuff. And people kid me because we kind of started the tater tot deal back in the day, and everyone's like, how did you come up with tater tots? And it was an absolute mistake. I was upset about it. I had gone to the bank like the second month we were in business, and we got a delivery. We were supposed to get 3 cases of French fries, and they brought 1 case of potato barrels, is what it said on the box, by mistake. And I came back, and the cooks were like, look, they gave us tater tots. And I was mad because they had opened up the case and they'd made them, so I couldn't return it. And I was like, all right, well, we'll just run it as a special. And people went nuts for it. And it's like, it's kind of what we've been known for 20
Tater
years.
tots?
Yeah, get a college degree and then be known as the Tater Tot King of San Diego, I guess, yeah.
And you guys have a lot of specials during the week, too. What are some of those?
Well, we do, like, we're kind of known for our wings. We grill our wings, we don't deep fry them, and so we like Wednesday, wing day is our big day with the half-off wings, and we've always kind of done our specials based on food, and then we pair it with a drink special as well, and we do football specials and all kinds of stuff throughout the week, but it's always like a food item as we go along each day. So
they're really good. Okay, in the bar too, we have some great cocktails in front of us.
Yeah.
Some mules, and then obviously a great
cold beer. Yeah.
Cold beer.
Yeah, cold beer and mules. Yeah, those are. I mean, the mules have really been a staple part of our cocktail menu for. I mean, it's been 10 years where it's just a really popular deal. The PB mule and the organics mule, and I don't know how to make them, but I know they're good, yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying one of those and enjoying these wonderful cocktails. So Todd, thank you so much for having us out at Bub's today. This place is amazing.
Thanks for coming, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
And Steve, thanks always for bringing me to the greatest places in PB.
You're welcome.
Jesse, it's a good day.
We go so many good places at Lifestyles, but I don't think we've ever been this excited.
No, because it's time to go nuts for donuts.
Let's go.
It's been an understatement to say the excitement, because if people haven't tried sidecar donuts yet, it's a whole nother level.
Oh, you're telling me. I know, it really is, it really is.
So what was the concept behind sidecar donuts?
Yeah, so our owner, Sumter Pendergrass, like, he just has a vision for like creativity, and he loves like quality products. And so he, in college, like him and his roommate, like loved donuts.
Who doesn't?
And so they just kind of were like, hey, like, no one has made like the best donut in the world, literally. So he's like, how can we make like the best donut? And so they really worked with a bunch of chefs and just created like quality donuts. So what we do here is we're making small batches every single hour. So of every single donut, it's just 12 to 24 per hour. And we're making all of our ingredients in-house. There's no add-ins, preservatives, like it's literally like touched and loved on by like every single one of my employees here.
It's an artesian donut,
it is,
right?
it's artisanal, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
How often do you work with chefs to create these little tiny masterpieces that are so incredibly delicious? I describe it as like a cake
Yeah.
inside itself.
Yeah, and that's something we do a little bit differently here. Like a lot of donut places are known for like their yeast lighter, fluffy, but we're really known for like our cake donuts. They're like a lot more dense. Each cake has its different unique flavors in it too. So there's no like same donut cake. Yeah.
Now, your flavors. The flavors are amazing.
Yes.
You have all different types. Of course, you have your traditional, but you have some really elaborate ones. Can you
Yes.
tell us about some of the really popular ones?
Yeah, so our best seller here is going to be a huckleberry, which is, I think it really intrigues people because like huckleberries don't actually grow in California. So we get them shipped every single week from Oregon. They're wildly foraged there.
Very cool.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty fun. So that one is a huckleberry cake. So there's the fresh huckleberries in the dough, and then we have a nice huckleberry glaze in it. And that's our classic.
And I found you guys differently because I'm gluten-free. And when can you find a gluten-free donut?
A good one. A good one. Yeah, and because we change our gluten-free flavor every Monday. So it's the same
wow.
gluten-free like for 1 week, and then every single week we're changing it up so gluten-free people can try a new flavor every week, which is super fun.
And you have a vegan option
We
as well.
do, yes, and the vegan is gluten-free too.
But I also love too, every time I come in, creature of habit, your coffee is amazing too.
Thank
You can't
you.
have a good sidecar donut without an incredible coffee.
Yes, and our coffee is actually really special here. So it's actually roasted in Costa Mesa, Newport Beach.
Oh, wow.
But it's a specific roast from common room roasters that you can only get at Sidecar. So they did a coffee tasting and figured out which coffee tastes really good with our donuts and like complements the donuts
Like
that we
a
have.
pairing.
It's like a wine and food pairing, but a coffee and donuts.
So complex.
Right? I could do a coffee and donut pairing.
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Taste testing.
Every morning.
Absolutely.
I love too, every time you walk in the door, everyone's so friendly, and because the way it's set up, you feel like you're part of the process. You can watch them make everything, every step,
Yes.
watch it come out here, and I've even waited for the fresh ones to come out.
Oh yeah, like you can come in at any time of day and there will always be at least one flavor that's like warm, fresh out of the fryer.
There's just something good about walking in, and besides the smell, as I was sitting down here earlier, you see the kids come in with their smiles, but you also see the adults come in, and they're transformed, right, into being children themselves. Something about a donut, it's really special and delicious.
We get the question a lot of like, when like customers come and they watch us make donuts and like, so like what is like your special ingredient? And like my cake makers are like, it's love.
Love?
It's literally love. Like they put so much love into every single donut. Like the people working here, the bakers, like they care and they love the quality of it. And so they're literally pouring their heart into like every single donut here. And I think that's why they're so good.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be really cool though if we could actually maybe put some love to help making the
Ourselves?
donuts.
I think we can
How do
make
you
that
think?
happen. I
We're
think
not
we can make that
trained, but we can
happen.
see how this goes.
I think we could.
Let's give it a
Okay,
try.
I'm in.
I'm in. Okay, so Melissa, what donut are we making today?
Okay, so we're gonna be making our best seller, our huckleberry donut.
Okay, no
Okay.
pressure.
No, you guys got this. You guys got this.
There we go.
Step one.
Step one. So we're gonna start with 3 eggs.
Okay, I got that.
You
Easy
got it.
enough.
Oh, you got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. And then we're gonna take some huckleberries and we're
Okay.
gonna get those in the bowl as well.
All
Those
of
are some
them?
fresh huckleberries. So those are perfectly scaled out for how many donuts you have.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get the wets. You can just dump
Okay.
that bad boy.
And this is milk.
We need some
and
buttermilk. We got
butter.
some almond extract in there.
That's all the goodness right there.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. And then you can add your dries in there.
Okay.
You
Got
want me
it.
to jump in here and put
Yes.
that bowl in there for you?
Please.
Perfect.
We'll let the expert do the.
Yeah. I don't want you to lose a finger or anything.
People gotta eat these.
All right.
Jesse.
Okay. So then we're just gonna mix it for a minute.
Just like a mixer at home,
Look at
just bigger.
Look
Yeah.
at this.
My job here is done.
Perfect. You wanna jump in?
I will. I'll take over.
Okay. Your next step is you're gonna take this whisk. We need all the goodness. So you're gonna take your scraper.
This one right here.
Yep. You're gonna scrape the sides of the bowl. Awesome.
Oh,
yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Have you been doing this?
I know,
This
you're
is not your
better,
first time.
Jesse.
This is getting off of your first time.
I used to bake with my mom.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
I love it.
Okay, and I'll jump in here real quick and
Okay.
I'll show you all how to cut. So we just add a little more on top here. Just gonna pound it out. And then we're just gonna cut it. Pop out that donut hole.
Wow.
Ooh. This is a very important cut because I might eat this one.
Well, that one's yours.
Perfect.
Pop it out.
You pop it out, give it a little
Oh.
little tap on here, helps a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, that's okay. You're so
That
good.
looks good.
It's beautiful. Oh no. You made that look so easy. Oh
I
my
can do it
gosh.
a little
Stand
bit.
aside. Let me show you how this is done.
Look at you. Okay, well we know
All right, all right.
How's that?
There you
Thank
go.
you very much.
we're very competitive.
You give it another go. There's some room.
Second chance. You got it. You got it.
Look at that. You're
Kind of
good.
reshape it. I
Yeah,
like it.
exactly.
I love it. Oh, I like my hat a lot. I'm
All
keeping
right,
it.
guys. These are your little babies.
Yay!
Ooh,
Aw,
gluten free for you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Can you believe we made these?
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yeah.
Thank you. We
Thank you, guys.
appreciate
Yes.
everything.
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Jesse, I've never been more proud of a donut.
Can you believe we made these?
We
right?
did it.
Let's dig in. So do you know why they called this place Sidecar?
Why?
So when the owner was creating the donuts, he popped out the donut hole and it reminded him of a sidecar and the name just stuck. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome because I thought it was like they smell so good. You need to pull your car over. No.
No. Cheers.
Oh, we did it. Oh yeah.
Good.
These are the freshest.
We're in San Carlos, where a little hidden gem is bringing the community together with good food. We're gonna go check it out and have a bite. All right, so we are here. This is a hop-in spot. The door has just been like on rotation, people walking in and out. Jeff, where are we?
We are at the Trails Eatery on the border of San Carlos and Del Cerro, like in the middle of San Diego.
Awesome, and this is your baby, shall we call it? This is the family spot?
It is. So this is what I call my other child. I have two actual children, but the Trails is my love. It's my true passion. I'm so lucky that I get to do what I love for work. So I get to feed people and build community every day right here in San Carlos.
That's amazing. So the first thing I noticed, I walked in, this place is packed and it smells delicious and yummy, so I can't wait to try this food. But also there's family photos, I take it, on the wall, in addition to all the families that are enjoying their meal. This feels like home, away from home.
That's the whole idea. We understood that being in San Carlos, it's such a unique part of San Diego, that we really wanted to kind of bring that outside community feel in, and there's no better way to do that than to really embody family. I call the crew that works here and the people that come here to eat my Trails family, and then I welcome them with pictures of my actual family. So my children are on the walls, my mom is on the wall, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, and it feels like a hug when you come in, right?
Yeah, Jeff, he was telling me that this is not only his neighborhood, but this is his spot in the neighborhood to come to, bring his family, show up. People know your name. It's like Cheers, but for breakfast.
Yeah, it really is. You know, people talk across tables, old neighbors say hello to each other, new relationships are built at the counter all the time. Just the other day we had a young family invite one of our retired customers to come and sit with them, and they bought her breakfast. It's just a really special space, but I think it's just a reflection of San Carlos. It kind of feels like a little piece of middle America right here in San Diego, a true neighborhood where you know your neighbors, where people just care about each other in a way that's deep and meaningful.
That is meaningful, and also something that's meaningful for San Diegans. I can speak for myself, but I know you, Jeff, have a background in the food industry with your family, having these fish markets in the Bay Area. People in San Diego, they require and they demand like a good, cool food scene, and this place checks all those boxes.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we like to say that we are a fine diner. So we like to do the simple things well. That's really important to us, but it's also important to have some fun. So we have here on the table, we have a lemon meringue French toast, but it's in a jar. We've got a herbed honey glazed chicken and waffles. So there's just some fun things that are happening here. I have a strawberry lavender CBD mimosa. These are things you can't get anywhere else. We're having fun with it, but we also do the basics really well too. So if you want bacon and eggs, we've got you covered.
And if I could say, like, nobody else is offering anything like this around here. And people, if they don't know about San Carlos, they are surprised to know that something like this exists. And the community has really like wrapped their arms around it and is excited to have this opportunity to bring guests with them to check this place out. And as more and more people are coming to our part of San Diego from other parts, like they're enjoying food like this, and this restaurant was really at the forefront of all that community building and bringing people this direction.
Yeah.
So it's no longer a surprise.
I also heard that, you know, being on the forefront, you guys are accepting of not only everybody, but also their food restrictions. Like, you can come as you are. If you don't eat gluten, or if you have certain food restrictions or food favorites, you basically have it all on your menu.
Absolutely. It's really important to me that everyone feels like they can sit around our table. So our table is an inclusive table in every way imaginable. So everybody, every walk of life, and everyone in all their situations are welcome here, and we love that. And that includes their food intolerances or preferences. So we've gone to great strides to make sure that when people come here, they don't feel like they're missing out on a darn thing. They're having the same experience in terms of having great quality food, bold flavors, and a satisfying dining experience as everybody else around the table.
Jeff, what's your favorite thing on the menu here?
You know, I'm really a bacon and eggs kind of person. Like I love food, but I always stick to the basics. I'm not that adventurous. Like, I did go to my first vegetarian restaurant ever about a month ago, and it was okay, but like, again, bacon and eggs, you can't really go wrong there. With my fish market background, I do like a good crab omelet that my mom makes, but you don't find those out and about too often.
Amazing.
That's about as wild as I get.
Oh, I noticed that on some of your cups, you're speaking of bacon and eggs, there's like #Bay, there's GFAF. What does that stand for?
So officially, we'll say that that is either gluten-free is awesome fun, wink wink, or good food and friends. A lot of our customers will say about that. We also have a brunch so hard. That's our hashtag that we use all over the place.
I was asking a question earlier about, like, so the gluten-free menu that you offer, and I was asking, is that something that, you know, we're now being more aware of food allergies and food issues and what we can and can't eat? Do you find that to be something new, or because I mean, every day I meet new families, right? And I'm hearing about like what their kids are eating and not eating for dinner. Like, as a parent myself, we're constantly talking about like what our kids are eating. We're lucky in our family that we haven't had any of those issues so far, but we're aware very much of it. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you started this and your approach to it.
Sure. My son was born with a severe dairy sensitivity, which he's since outgrown, but I can tell you that he's still uncomfortable if he has too much dairy. And because of that, I just sort of had a different awareness about people's food sensitivities. And what I think is different now is that people are paying more attention to their bodies and recognizing that food not only is something that we eat as fuel, but it also can be harmful to us. So those things that we may have just kind of like said, oh, that doesn't agree with me. We're recognizing that as something that our body is actually rejecting now.
Well, it's really great that you're offering that to our community, because again, you're serving a huge need and giving them something great to eat at the same time. So that's really fantastic for you to do that for us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thanks for having us. And I don't know about you, but I want to dig in more about this, but also the food.